4 children rescued 40 days after plane crash in Amazon. Chinese warplanes cross median line warships conduct combat patrols. Trump was charged with 37 criminal counts for classified document. China has been spying from Cuba for some time. EVA and Thai planes collide on ground at Tokyo's Haneda airport. UK foreign minister faces growing Tory backlash over plans to visit China. Taiwan's digital minister to make Britain visit this week. New York City will charge drivers going downtown.
Hello, I'm Amber. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Monday, June 12th, and here are your top stories. 4 indigenous children survived an Amazon plane crash that killed 3 adults and then braved the jungle for 40 days before being found alive by Colombian soldiers last Friday. Family members, President Gustavo Petro, as well as government and military officials met the children last Saturday at the hospital in Bogota, the capital. Defense Minister Ivan Velázquez told reporters the children were being rehydrated and cannot eat food yet, but in general, he added the condition of the children is acceptable.
The members of the Witoto people, aged 13, 9 and 4 years and 11 months, are expected to remain for a minimum of 2 weeks at a hospital receiving treatment after their rescue last Friday. They were traveling with their mother from the Amazonian village of Araraquara to San Jose del Guaviare when the plane crashed in the early hours of May 1st. Cassava flour and some familiarity with the rainforest's fruits were key to the children's miraculous survival in an area where there is an abundance of snakes, mosquitoes, and other dangerous animals.
Taiwan's Air Force scrambled into action on Sunday after spotting 10 Chinese warplanes crossing the sensitive median line of the Taiwan Strait, as Taiwan's Defense Ministry said 4 Chinese warships also carried out combat patrols. This is the second time in less than a week that Taiwan has reported renewed Chinese military activity after 37 Chinese military aircraft last Thursday flew into the island's air defense zone. Afterwards, some of the aircraft then flew into the Western Pacific.
Taiwan's defense ministry said in a short statement that as of 2 p.m. local time on Sunday it had detected 24 Chinese Air Force planes, including J-10, J-11, J-16, and Su-30 fighters, as well as H-6 bombers. It said 10 had crossed the median line of the Taiwan Strait. The ministry added 4 Chinese naval ships were also engaged in joint combat readiness patrols. It said, using typical wording, Taiwan sent up its own fighters and deployed ships and land-based missile systems to keep watch.
A prosecutor at the U.S. Justice Department charged former President Donald Trump in an indictment unsealed last Friday with 37 criminal counts for charges including violations of the Espionage Act, conspiracy to obstruct justice, and making false statements to investigators. The most serious charges are 31 counts brought under the Espionage Act, which criminalizes the unauthorized possession of national defense information. It is punishable by up to 10 years in prison.
Prosecutors allege the former president held onto materials, including documents about the U.S. nuclear program and domestic vulnerabilities to a potential attack, that he knew he should not have retained. The indictment of a former U.S. president on federal charges is unprecedented in American history. The 49-page indictment also detailed 2 instances in which Trump allegedly shared classified information with people not authorized to receive it, as well as efforts to obstruct government investigators seeking to retrieve the materials.
A Biden administration official said last Saturday China has been spying from Cuba for some time and upgraded its intelligence collection facilities there in 2019. The Wall Street Journal last Thursday reported that China had reached a secret deal with Cuba to establish an electronic eavesdropping facility on the island, roughly 160 kilometers from Florida. The Biden administration official, speaking on condition of anonymity, said the media's characterization does not comport with our understanding. The official said the issue predated Joe Biden's presidency.
I've seen that reporting. I can tell you based on the information that we have that is not accurate.
The official said this is an ongoing worldwide issue, not a new development. He said, the PRC, People's Republic of China, conducted an upgrade of its intelligence collection facilities in Cuba in 2019. This is well documented in the intelligence record. The official said U.S. diplomats had engaged governments that were considering hosting Chinese bases and had exchanged information with them. He added diplomatic efforts have slowed the PRC down while saying, we think the PRC isn't quite where they had hoped to be.
不好意思，
那边坐。这是你的麦克风。待会我们拍的时候呢，如果我没有喊卡的话，你就继续念，不要停。OK。没有喊卡就给我继续念下去哦。好的。
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is December 13th, and here are your top stories.
According to reports from Japan's public broadcasting company that cited Japan's transport ministry, some flights were delayed at Tokyo's Haneda airport last Saturday after two planes appeared to have collided on the ground near a taxiway. Thai Airways said its Bangkok-bound flight was on a taxiway preparing for takeoff when a winglet, a part at the tip of its plane's right wing, collided with the rear of an EVA aircraft that was also on a taxiway. Thai Airways said Japan's Civil Aviation Authority was investigating the incident.
The media and one of the airlines stated that no injuries occurred. Thai Airways said the collision damaged the Thai airplane's winglet, meaning it was unable to operate the flight. The Airbus A330 aircraft was carrying 250 passengers and 14 crew members. The media reported that the incident led to the closure of one of 4 runways at the Haneda airport from about 11 a.m. local time. NHK footage showed part of the wing of the Thai Airways plane looked to be broken, and what appeared to be fragments could be seen near the runway.
Daily Mail reported UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly is facing growing anger from conservative China skeptics over plans to visit Beijing. The Mail on Sunday reported UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak could face ministerial resignations if the visit goes ahead. The report said Mr. Cleverly has angered Tories by arguing that Britain should adopt a less critical stance towards the country on the grounds that isolating China would be against the UK's national interest.
The Mail said as part of the strategy, the Foreign Office is drawing up plans for Mr. Cleverly to visit Beijing. Last Saturday night, former Tory leader Ian Duncan Smith warned that a visit would provoke a backlash in the parliamentary party. Mr. Duncan Smith said, Cleverly is a total wet rag, who wants to fly out to China to kiss the backside of a regime responsible for shocking abuses of human rights, which poses a serious threat to our national interests.
Taiwan Digital Minister Audrey Tang will make a rare high-level ministerial trip to Britain this week, where she is expected to visit government departments and meet a company specializing in low Earth orbit satellites. Reuters reported Tang, one of Taiwan's most high-profile ministers internationally due to her fluent English and extensive use of Twitter, will attend London Tech Week and is expected to visit Britain's Department for Science, Innovation and Technology and Department for Business and Trade.
According to Taiwan Digital Ministry, Tang will also visit OneWeb, which specializes in low Earth orbit satellites, and hopes to bolster Taiwan's communications resilience plans. The media said Taiwan's government has been looking at plans to preserve communications if China attacks, including satellites in medium and low Earth orbit for internet services. Reuters said Taiwan Foreign Minister Joseph Wu is expected to go to Europe this week, too, where he will attend a security forum in Prague.
U.S. President Joe Biden's administration is set to allow New York City to move forward with a landmark program that will toll vehicles entering Lower Manhattan. In practice, it works like any other toll, but because it specifically charges people to drive in the traffic-choked area below 60th Street in Manhattan, it would be the first program of its kind in the United States. Proposals range from charging vehicles $9 to $23 during peak hours, and it's set to go into effect next spring.
The toll is formally known as the Central Business District Tolling Program, but it's commonly called congestion pricing. After the U.S. government approves it, the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, can finalize toll rates, as well as discounts and exemptions for certain drivers. The toll is designed to reduce the number of vehicles entering the congestion zone by at least 10% every day and slash the number of miles cars travel within the zone by 5%.
Now let's take a look at the vocabulary of the news of New York City charging drivers going downtown. Number 1, toll, 道路桥梁的通行费. We must pay a toll when we cross the bridge. Number 2, exemption, 免除豁免. She was given exemption from the final examination. Number 3, slash, 常用于报章，大幅度的削减，大大降低. The workforce has been slashed by half. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Amber, your host, and I'll see you next time.